Today I'm sharing 3 of my favorite tips on the volleys to make sure that they're consistent, but also a weapon. We want to knife the volley, right? We don't want to be at the net hitting up, which sometimes happens with grips when we're hitting on top of the ball, because then we're just susceptible on the next ball. We want to slide the ball through the court, make sure our opponent hits up so we can then put the ball away. So here are the 3 tips in order to do that. The first tip is to make sure on that forehand volley that you're volleying as if your hands were cuffed. It's an old tip, been around a long time, still one of the best tips out there. One of the most common issues I see on the forehand volley is that the racket not only goes up, but it goes too far back. And that is too big of a swing, and it is an actual swing as you're moving to the ball in order to time a ball that's hit with any pace. So maybe you're in those meatballs, you have a time to get a little bit of extra juice on it, but a good idea is to keep the hands handcuffed. What this does is it makes sure the racket can't go any further back than from here. Maybe a little bit more, but it starts becoming really uncomfortable and awkward if I'm going across my body with my left hand. So when you're getting your volley, make sure you're performing as if your hands are cuffed and keeping the hands together. Step number 2 is about leading with the edge of the racket. We don't want to play whack-a-mole. We don't want to be down on the ball like this. We want to lead with the bottom of the blade. The blade, get it? But that's how we want to think about it. We want to be on top of the ball and then working a little bit high to low, but you can see this portion of the racket actually leads down out to contact. That's going to ensure that backspin that keeps the ball low and helps your opponent hit up to you, helps force your opponent to hit up to you for the put away on the next volley. So the final tip is all about where you finish with the volley. We want to make sure whether it's a forehand volley or a backhand volley that we don't cross the center line of our bodies. So standing here in the service box using this white line, it's very clear to see that when I'm performing the volley, I don't want to go past this white line. And again, that's whether it's a forehand volley or a backhand volley. Now, if you're looking to get a little bit more pop and you're like, but if I don't finish, if I'm just holding here, I don't get enough, right? That's going to be the case. That'll cause a pop-up. Make sure that when you finish, you're pointing the racket tip in the direction of the opposing court, all right? So from here, I don't cross the center line on either side, and I make sure that racket tip points forward on the forehand volley. Now on the backhand volley, you're going to finish more with the edge out in front. We don't need to come across this way. That's unnecessary. We start getting a bigger finish just like we get a bigger backswing. It all results in the same thing, erratic, inconsistent volleys. All right, so if you're struggling at net or you just need a little bit more on your volley, give those 3 tips a try. Volley like you're handcuffed. Use the edge of the racket. Let the edge of the racket lead to the ball for contact, and make sure you don't cross your center line on the finish of the volley. If this video helped, make sure you hit that like button, share with a buddy, maybe even subscribe if you never want to miss a Play Your Court video. And down in the comments section, we left a free link to check out Play Your Court absolutely for free. We'll see you next time.